created, go ahead and just double click on that. And you can tell where you're at by your bar up here. This address bar is showing you where you're at on your computer. So we're going to get this. You get it?
I created the text folder.
And then just double click on the text folder. So up here, as long as you're using the documents, it should show library documents text. In the new Windows 7, what they did, they basically made like group folders. So this documents folder is actually inside libraries, but libraries is covering multiple folders. So I should be able to show you how this works. When I look over here under libraries, let's see, and I must have deleted mine out. Some of you may have like your local documents and your networked documents all under that libraries. If you want to know exactly where this is on your computer, because right now it's not telling me if this is in my network drive or if this is in my C drive. When we click up here in this address bar, do you see how now it's telling you exactly where this is located? This is something that is completely different from when you had Windows XP, because it doesn't tell you exactly where this is being saved. You don't know if it's in your network drive until you click up there. So now, you could go through the long way of going through my computer, as long as you remember where that's at. So it's in C users. So this is actually where it is being saved on your computer. All of these folders. You just follow, you know, each of those dashes is a new folder. So now I am where this documents, or this tech. So this area here is the exact same as this, except now I know the exact location where it's at. So that's kind of getting used to, you know, where you're saving your stuff. If you've heard me say you need to know where you're saving your stuff at so you can access it later. I think some of us, especially when we got the Windows 7, we were saving, but we weren't sure where it was going. And it may have been because you're not sure where that folder was. I haven't lost anyone yet, have I? So I'm going to go back to the folder that you should have on here. And we have that stuff copied already. So it's still sitting there. It sits on what's called the clipboard. That information's sitting there. It's waiting for us to do something with it. If we turn our computer off at this point, that stuff, it doesn't get deleted, but it's taken off that clipboard. So what we're going to do, we're just going to right click. And when I went out, I must have lost my copy. If that happened to you, just go back, copy this, go back into your tech folder, and go ahead and paste this in. So now what you're doing, you're making exact copies of all of those files and folders that you just selected. So at the end here, when we delete this tech folder, you're not going to lose your stuff as long as you did a copy. That's the last thing we'll do here. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to make another folder inside this tech folder. So does everyone here, you have your tech folder? Sure. Your paste doesn't work. You lost your copy. Go back. Well, you go back, you got to select a file. Go back to here. Yep. Remember I said for you to make one more folder. Okay, there. Copy that. You got to right click on that. Yep. And go down to copy. And now go into that folder. Yep. No, go into the type one. I'll catch you up
Okay,
eventually.
okay,
Okay.
I got it, that's fine.
So what we're doing right now, we're kind of getting in. I think we're comfortable with the selecting. Is everyone cool with that now? A couple of new ways to select. What we're doing now, we're starting to get into organizing our files a little bit. Too many times when I jump onto fixed computers, files are everywhere. We want to get used to organizing these. You organize it with folders. What's great about computer folders compared to other folders, if you think of a physical folder, you open up the folder, put your stuff in it. Well, something might be kind of like a subfolder within that. You want to put that in there, another folder in that folder. On the computer, do the same thing, but it doesn't take a bunch of, you don't have to go buy these folders. They're free. So you can create folders inside of folders. So in this tech folder, I just want you to go ahead and start making some folders. If you want, you can make folders for your classes, so period 2, and then if you want, you can go inside this folder, and I can make a folder for the chapter 1. I could make a folder for chapter 2. You see how we're organizing this? We're kind of setting up our, you could easily set up your classes. You could set up a folder for each period, a folder for each grade, however you want to do that. But this is just pretty much getting your files organized and keeping them organized, so then you can continue to use this stuff from one year to the next and be able to access it and know where it's at. Or you can put everything on your desktop.
No, put a folder on your desktop and then go.
If you like putting everything on your desktop, go check out Mr. Wayne's computer. Mr. Wayne has about 500 icons on his desktop.
Put this main folder on there.
What?
You put your
Main folder on there,
Save
and then
to, then you know the second one and then.
yeah. But then you could, within the folder on your desktop, you could organize your classes inside that. Is kind of what I'm saying. That's what I do. So are we good to go on? Are we good with the selecting and organizing a little bit there? Saving, organizing, creating. I think we got that pretty much covered.